Hey guys, it's nice to see you again, and welcome back to Cities Skylines 2 Montegue Bay. If you remember from last time, we started working on our power issue. We now have an incineration plant and a gas power plant to be able to export that. But we also are officially removing the dumps, so we can replace them with the incineration plant and possibly, potentially in the future, make a better dump management system. Between last episode and now, I did read up on something. A bunch of stuff are planned for another update for Cities Skylines 2, but including ferries will be making a comeback, so we'll be getting a new transportation type. So that'll be exciting. I do hope eventually we do get, I really hope we do get monorails back, but let's get straight back into it. So the big thing right now is we are dealing with a demand situation. More people want to move into the city, and obviously we need to provide them with the way to take care of that. So something I do want to check, because we had the dump originally there, and now it's gone. Okay, the dump didn't pollute too much, because what's going to happen is this entire neighborhood right here, it's getting a remodel. I want to remake it in a new way. So this area right here, this can stay. The cemetery may get moved. I feel like that's appropriate. Like, we'll start with just making simply that. Now, I do have some ideas on what I've seen image-wise for ideas on how to make this kind of suburban area, but we'll see. There, we start off with just that. It's already looking a lot nicer, and it looks a little more clean. So the other things we need to figure out is we need to check design of the city. We need to make sure that areas are covered with services that they need. So that way, like for example, you can tell police coverage is not very good right here. So it would be a good idea to place a police headquarters or a building around here. Just some basic parking for the police station. So that way, that's all. That way, citizens can easily interact with them. I do want to get like a park or something so people can have some entertainment nearby. Nothing crazy, just enough to give them something to go to when they need it. We're just gonna add some homes to start off by getting everything kind of set up for this new area. I'm gonna mix housing just to give it some extra little kind of design to it. Now, the only other thing we should need over here is a mailbox, because obviously people are going to need that communications, so having a mailbox nearby will be a great idea. But I'm sure this will make citizens happy now that it's going to be a little bit more of an organized neighborhood, and I think that's most important to me right now. We also will have to add a school eventually. Oh good, we can hook up this little road right here, or hook up this road right here to the rest of the system, which I think is actually a really good idea, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. The more ways we can get people to get across the highway, the better. See, giving them a little overpass, making it easier to cross the highway is always good. It doesn't always have to be an on and off ramp. It could just be a highway section. Nice little suburb and a little connection so people can get across the highway. Basic, simple, great. Ooh, technically I could make this park bigger. By what I mean is I'm simply just going to take the terrain of it, the surface, and just expand that first. And then I can add some props, because it's already pretty big, so there is extra space for extra addition. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Look at that. The forest fire and the tornado are currently like happening in the exact same spot. That is crazy. Oh yeah, I remember. We were also working on this small new downtown area, adding like more of a business sector to the city. So this train station is currently off. We are working on making that bigger. I do want to put an office right next to this industrial building. I feel like it would make sense to have a small office just right there. We could also add a bus stop out here. That'd be important. So why don't I go ahead and make sure I got those taken care of. So we got a bus stop over there. Great. We should probably use one in... We could probably put one near the school. That'd be important so students can easily access the school building. Something I do want to make sure I'm starting to consider is I want to make sure I get emergency shelters set up, because we are getting to that point in the city where things are growing. People are living here. It's great, but it's not safe. We haven't provided citizens with enough ways to keep them safe in case a disaster is to happen. So I do want to make sure that I am providing my citizens with that. So you guys have access to an elementary school. Pretty much everybody has an elementary school within reach. Elementary, though, is getting full. So I honestly think it'd be kind of a fun idea to make like a private school. Just call it, like, it's not obviously a private school, but we could call it a private school, you know? But first we should figure out what the problems are. So right now people are saying there's noise pollution, unreliable healthcare coverage, and crime. Those are our big things we gotta fix. So where is this unreliable healthcare coverage? Okay, I see some spots. Not very many though, like nothing crazy. Just like this downtown area, hard time. This spot, hard time. Which is weird because they have like a fully fledged clinic down the street. So maybe this clinic needs to move. We'll do that. That way the clinic doesn't go far, but we'll move it right here. There we go. We can put a parking lot there. There we have more space, so that way we can add a hospital extension. I knew that would help a little, having this new expanded clinic. Now that that clinic's moved, we can put some stuff in there. Which, honestly, makes everything a lot easier. So, where's the closest fire department? Okay, fire coverage is pretty good. Let's see what these people are complaining about. Like, is there something that's too far away to actually take care of? Lack of entertainment. Okay, do you guys have a park? No. Good. Then I can place the park right there. The old hospital has been moved, and we'll replace it with... I don't think the big park will help out here. We'll replace it with something nice. Like a couple of basketball courts. There you go. Nice little way to replace the clinic that doesn't need to be there anymore. So how are you guys doing on school? Why don't we get you that private school I was talking about? Like literal definition. It's a private school. There we go. Like a small drop-off spot. Where's the nearest bus stop? Not nearby? Okay, we'll bring one for the kiddos. This way will take you to the parking. Like, you'll be able to go to student parking. There we go. Add some more parking. We'll put parking on that side of the building. That'll be where, like, the tennis courts and all that are. I still think we need school buses in-game, because I hate seeing my students make a voyage to get to school. There we go. Ervin G Prep School. This will be allowed for all the city to use. They're probably like, oh, you're bringing in the common folk. Yes, I am. And there we go. I built a prep school. I actually don't hate this. It actually turned out pretty nice. Like, this thing looks pretty cool. I hope citizens enjoy it, though. But yeah, I named it Ervin G Prep. Kind of like a play on my name a little bit. Spelled it a little bit differently and all that. So what we can add is we can add in our classroom. And then we can add more classrooms, apparently. Like, so yeah, that's the new school. That's going to be really nice for students. Especially those looking for something a little more pompous. Too bad we can't have like a mansion type lot, because that type of home, because that'd be great. Well, actually, we do. We technically do have access to that. It's just I gotta unlock them first. Okay, we can't put a bus stop right out front of the school. That way, students can get picked up here. Like they can get picked up and taken to school, which makes me think we should probably put a bus stop somewhere in the neighborhoods here too. That way, students can get picked up. Here we go. Add a bus stop. All right, let's go ahead and add a new route. I'm gonna pause time here just to be safe, so that way we can get this all connected. Then we can allow them to go, you know? And we'll only run it during the daytime. So it's a day line, so that, because that makes sense. It has the schools along the way, so it needs to stop there first. We can put it like at the corner. Not too bad. Small UK-esque fire department, which looks a lot more American than I give it credit for. Here we go. They got their fire coverage, so they should feel a lot better about that. And they also got their buses now, so that's good too. Although we could use an expanding more urban areas, but the problem is we're running out of space for a lot of our urban environment, so we're gonna have to start making some considerations just to make sure we get everything supplied. Alright, let's see what else we can do to improve citizens' lives. Health coverage and crime. It's always health coverage and crime. If only I could... Let me look at city policies. Is there anything I can do? Pre-release program. Prisoners are enrolled in educational programs before they are released from prison. This helps them integrate back into society and reduces the likelihood of committing crimes again. You know what? Let's initiate that. That seems like a great thing that can help. Now, when it comes to university, we need to figure out a place for that. We could put it out a little bit this way. Here, let's buy these 2 plots of land. Let's buy these 3. Okay, we're gonna start introducing emergency shelters. I think that's important that we start helping keep the citizens safe. We're gonna put these in places that are easily convenient and they make the most sense. So things like schools, hospitals, places like that. Speaking of which, let's go find one of our hospitals, like right here. And in case anything is to happen, there'll be a shelter right across the street. We're also going to take one and we're going to put it down near the new fire station. Because again, another place where people will want to have easy access to that building. So how much is the indoor sports building? How much does that cost? 10,000 a month. Unique in-store. What's this? So there's technology and indoor sports. Let's add indoor sports because it's slowly becoming winter. So students probably want that. Here we go. Don't want anybody parking there. This will be a cool university campus. We're going to make it nice. We're going to start by adding some low rent housing and some basic kind of like dorm-esque buildings. So the university building, we should probably put nearby. So how much is the university, like flat out, if we were to get a new university here on campus? Over $1 million. That's not terrible. We're making 2 million, so I think we'll easily beat that in a few minutes. Here we go, add that. So make sure that gets added. So we have some student parking. There we go, get some student housing nearby. See, those look like dorms. Those are like the perfect design for a dormitory for students. So we do have, ooh, Apex climbing. We got a sports hub building. We got game set match. Mini golf. They have mini golf there? Cool. Then we got the sports park complex, giant facility. We got the football field, soccer field, community pool, basketball center. Everything that makes sense for a community college. Makes sense for a college campus. We can easily add some more on this floor. All right, let's see here. How big can these European housing get? Because if we need to know how big they can get, so I know how big I need to make the buildings. So let's see here. Man, a lot of people are having medical issues. Let me check on the hospitals, see how they're doing. Healthcare availability is great. I think it's just the hospitals may be overcrowded. This one, I think, needs an upgrade. It's been great having this small hospital right here, but the city needs a bigger one. Let's see here. What kind of area is this? It's a little more urban, so we can add kind of a little more urban of a hospital. Let's add this one. There we go. That'll make citizens more happy, and I think I'll replace the parking lot because I do want to make sure they still have parking near the hospital, because you can tell that that's kind of essential to me. I like having it so my citizens can park nearby. Uh-oh, sewage is getting a little hard to maintain. Good to know. We'll know to work on that in the future next. What about mail? We don't have a mail service over here. Maybe we should get one. I just gotta see how big these are so I can figure out which one's the most appropriate. And there, a new post office so people can stop there for mail services. Also makes our city a lot easier to manage. Need some small family homes in case the students want to live there. Right now I see people walking all over this area that's going to be the new campus, so I'm really hoping they like it. Here we go, we can get an apartment tower out here, because that makes sense. It makes sense to have a small apartment tower for students who will be living there. And there we go. University officially introduced to the city. Is it just me, or does it seem bigger than usual? Because I remember it was already pretty big. So what do we get addition-wise onto this? We got University Library, University Extension Wing, University Park. Whoa, we unlocked Imperial Apartment Height apartment buildings. What? Is this new? This is South... Whoa, check this thing out. This looks like definitely something that would go on a university apartment building. That's nice. Cool. We'll have to add that. There we go. Northern Montegue University. I feel like that's important. We'll definitely zone that and call it that area, but yeah, I think we'll leave that here. So thank you guys for watching. It's a really fun game to build this city, and now we officially have a university campus beginning in the city. It'll be a great fun to figure out how to design this better and add some more detail to make it look like a real university campus. So please like this video so more people can see it, and subscribe to my channel if you are new. I do all kinds of content in here, but I post every Monday and Friday. And I also stream both here on YouTube and Twitch on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from 7 to 9:30. Yep, I extended the time. Other than that, if you want to know any information about those streams or any videos or even recommend videos to me, hit down below in the description to find my Discord and other social medias, as well as my other channel, Gary Callison's, where I do slowly simming content. Montegue Bay is available in a playlist along with the playlist of my first time I played Cities Skylines 2, so feel free to check those as well. But before we go, I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers by the end of the year, so if you can help me out, hit the subscribe button. It's free, and it helps me out a lot and helps you get my content. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye!